Hey everybody, Movie Fan Z here. So it's the end of the year, so it's time for best and worst movies that I've seen this year. And let's start out on the negative side so we can end positively. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10 worst movies that I've seen this year with 5 dishonorable mentions. Now, I do want to preface this by saying that even if they're in the dishonorable mentions, doesn't mean that I hate the movie. I saw a total of 41 movies that came out in 2023 this year. So, it's just a lot of them I liked better. But let's start with the dishonorable mentions. We have Five Nights at Freddy's, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, A Man Called Otto, Ant-Man Quantumania, and John Wick Chapter 4. So let's get into my bottom 10. At number 10, we have About My Father. So, Sebastian Maniscalco is one of my favorite stand-up comedians right now. And I thought him and Robert De Niro would be great. But the big problem with this movie was actually the comedy. And I actually put a lot of the blame on the marketing of this movie. This to me had the same negative that Four Christmases had, where all of the funniest moments and all the best moments are in the trailer. So when you get to the movie, you've already seen all the best moments. At number 9, we have Transformers Rise of the Beasts. So I've only seen the first Transformers movie and I've seen Bumblebee. And I really liked Bumblebee. And from what I'd heard, this was supposed to be kind of like a sequel to that movie. And it did not live up to either of the other two movies. I thought the story was just okay, and I thought the performances could have been better. Number 8, we have Gray Matter on Hulu. So, while I think the story and the main actress are the best parts of this movie, there's a lot wrong with this. I thought that the story dragged at times, and I thought outside of the main actress, the rest of the performances were kind of bland and boring. Number 7, we have Renfield. So I thought the main three, which was Aquafina, Nicholas Holt, and Nicolas Cage, worked well together and had chemistry. But outside of that, the rest of the performances were bad. And I thought the story was just okay. And number 6, we have, and you'll be surprised to see that it's actually not farther down on the list, but that's Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. So, going into this movie, I thought, okay, this could be an interesting take on this IP. And it wasn't all bad. I thought the story and the killings were kind of creative and definitely took an interesting turn, but I thought it wasn't the perfect execution, and none of the acting was any good. Number 5 on the list is Megan. Now, I had a lot of problems with this movie. It took too long to get going. I thought the acting wasn't good. I thought it wasn't scary enough. In a way, based on the trailers and based on what it was about, I thought it was actually going to be more ridiculous, and was disappointed that they didn't go into more ridiculous. And then one of the biggest issues is everything I wanted in this movie took place in the last 30 minutes. So you didn't expand it out. It was all in 30 minutes. Number 4 is another controversial one, and that is Knock at the Cabin, the newest M. Night Shyamalan movie. I thought the trailer for the movie was better than the movie. I thought it was kind of forgettable, and I thought the twist was kind of weak. Number 3 is Cocaine Bear, and the best part of this movie were any scenes involving the bear. Outside of that, in a couple words, this was a waste of talent. And acting wasn't good by any of the humans. Number 2 is Vacation Friends 2. So, my problem with this movie is that I had seen the first one when it came out, and I enjoyed it. And the only good thing about the sequel is the main 4 coming back. My main 2 problems with this movie is every new character that you bring in is so unnecessary, and it could have been just the main 4 again, and it would have been a better movie. And also, it's supposed to be a comedy, and I did not smirk once. But the biggest and worst movie that I saw this year was courtesy of Netflix, and that was The Outlaws. So, Adam Devine, to me, is hit and miss. I liked him in things like Pitch Perfect and Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, and he even has a good role in The Intern. But recently with like comedies, he seems like he's just way overdoes it. The only good thing about this movie, in my opinion, was Pierce Brosnan for the amount of time that he was on. The comedy wasn't good. The action wasn't good. It was a stupid story. Nothing worked in this movie. So, that is my top 10 worst movies of 2023. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Movie Fanzy signing off. Have a good night.